Well, many Hull City players are set to leave as Hull City will look to strengthen their lineup ahead of a pre-season which starts in a few weeks' time for the Tigers, as they'll be jetting off again to Turkey for a bit of a pre-season outing over there before they return, obviously, back to England to take on a few sides over here and finish off their pre-season. Of course, fixtures, they do get announced on Thursday, but we've got plenty more transfer news surrounding Hull City before then. So welcome back to the HullCityFanCentral YouTube channel, where today I say we'll be going through the latest transfer news, rumours and everything you need to know surrounding Hull City coming out in the past 24 hours or so. So we will start things off with not necessarily transfer news, but certainly some good news for one Hull City player, that being Kasey Palmer. Well, he undergoes tonight at midnight, so technically tomorrow morning, but midnight tonight as I'm recording this and as you'll probably be watching this. Well, he'll be taking on his last international fixture of this summer window, as Jamaica will be taking on Panama in the final round of the CONCACAF Golden Cup Group C rounds. They'll be taking on Panama, who currently are top of the group. A win would almost solidify them through to the next round into the qualification stages against Panama. So certainly good luck towards Kasey Palmer, as he's had quite a bit of international duty this summer window. I believe he's played in all of their matches, Jamaica's matches, this summer in some sort of capacity. So good luck to Kasey Palmer, and hopefully he stays fit and ready to return. As I say, pre-season starts officially for Hull City, I believe on the 11th or the 17th of July, as they'll be off out to Turkey then. And we'll be taking, hopefully, some new additions with them, but possibly we'll be leaving some additions behind, as or not additions, but be making sure that some players that are currently City players won't be going with them, as Marvin Mumm is wanted by several clubs in Germany, and Hull City are open to a permanent departure. This one we kind of saw coming. Marvin Mumm, of course, spent last half of the season out on loan back in Germany. And we pretty much expected from the minute that loan transfer was announced that he probably won't be playing yet again for Hull City, that he would be going back out on a permanent to Germany or somewhere else, that he probably won't get another minute for Hull City. And that seemed like the case. Several clubs in Germany, presumably in German second division, where Marvin Mumm has pretty much made his stamp and his name in the second division of German football. So we'll keep you updated on all of that, but it's sounding like a permanent transfer away from the MKM Stadium is on the cards for Marvin Mumm. So, we discussed Evo Panda possibly moving away from Hull City. Well, it's expected that he will be staying at the club after the club have made it abundantly clear that they have no plans to sell Evo this summer. Panda also seems pretty much keen to get ready to go for the new season, and that's the only case that I saw Hull City maybe selling Panda, was if the interest came in, which it did, and Panda went, hang on a minute, I actually want to go and play somewhere else. Of course, the club aren't going to stop him from doing that, but Panda seems happy enough, the club seem happy enough, so it's pretty much nailed on that Panda will stay at the club. Of course, keep us there, and if anything changes surrounding that, but Panda staying at the MKM Stadium for the time being. So, another keeper that may be moving on, Anthony Rashi has been given the go-ahead to leave Hull City, ready to sign elsewhere. So, Anthony Rashi has been given the green light to go and sign with FC Sion over in Switzerland, of course, Rashi's home country. A deal has reportedly been agreed between both Hull City and FC Sion to allow the permanent transfer of Anthony Rashi over there. Announcement is expected in the coming days, as both sides have agreed the fee, allowing him to return back to his homeland. So another one, we didn't see really him playing in any capacity again for Hull City and after the loan outing, and he did quite well out on his loan outing. I believe that he won some silverware. It was either a playoff final or a cup final or something. He won out on his loan duties in the second half of last season, and now him moving out pretty much just clearing out some wage bill and all sorts. Hull City have pretty much got their number 2 keeper for this upcoming season in Dillon Phillips. Pretty much was what we expected when Dillon Phillips signed. And then Anthony Rashi moving on. We expected it to happen. It's nice to see that a deal has been agreed and that this dealing is getting done quite early on, allowing us to sort of see the lay of the land and the budget that we will have for the rest of the transfer window. So, we discussed a little bit about Matija Frian yesterday. About how he could most likely be reuniting with Sergej Yakirovich at Hull City. Of course, Sergej was the manager for Frigan both when they was at Rijeka. Of course, that's where Frigan came up. Well, I also reported that 2 sides were reportedly interested in Rangers and Hamburg. It sounds like Hamburg have fallen out the race, most likely due to the fact that they can't afford the reported fee for Matija Frigan. So Hamburg seemingly have fallen out of the race. Interesting there. Rangers, no official wording. I have been given sort of a few little nods behind the scenes that Rangers aren't maybe as fully involved with Matija Frigan as the media is reporting. Maybe it's more of a media wind swipe than anything concrete. Matija Frigan probably does want to sign with Hull City compared coming back towards Sergej. Of course, it's not a nailed-on transfer. It's nothing nailed on yet. But it is sounding likely that Matija Frigan will be joining Sergej back at the MKM Stadium. And it would be a big, big signing for Hull City if it does pull off. Another reported signing in the pipeline as Hull City are reportedly interested in St. Pauli right-back Finn Stevens. Of course, Finn Stevens, formerly of Brentford, apparently he has struggled to get a bit of game time in Germany this past season, but he did quite well. He played 43 times for Oxford 2 seasons ago in the 2023-24 campaign, of course, where they got their promotion to the Championship. Preston North End are also reportedly interested in Finn Stevens. It'll be interesting though if Hull City do sign Finn Stevens before they make any sort of transfer away. We do currently have 2 right backs on the book in Louis Coyle and of course blanking now. Who's the right back? Cody Drammer. There we go. Of course, Louis Coyle and Cody Drammer there at right back. So it'd be interesting if Finn Stevens does come on board. If one of them 2 will possibly be leaving. Who knows? Because you don't really need 3 right backs that all can make a case to start every game. So it will be interesting to see sort of the lay of the land on that one. Preston North End are also interested, so we'll see how that one develops and grows. So, some news outside of Hull City players, but an ex-Hull City player. I thought I'd just bring this to you. George Honeyman, of course we know about George Honeyman, left Millwall this summer, and he is going to be signing with Blackpool on a free transfer. Of course, Blackpool, Steve Bruce, a little bit of connection there for Hull City, the Hull City fandom. George Honeyman going over there. So one final note, and it's back onto Ollie McBurney. Ollie McBurney remains in discussion with Hull City, along with several other potential clubs. So it's up in the air at the moment what Ollie McBurney's decision is, whether he'll be returning back to England, where he will be going. Hull City are interested. I believe Sheffield United are also interested in re-signing him, and I think I saw Swansea City getting named as another side that are interested in him. Apparently, Ollie McBurney won't be making an official sort of this is the club I'm going to until his contract does end at the end of the month with Las Palmas over in La Liga, but it seemed almost certain that he will be leaving them come the end of the month after they got relegated from La Liga. So Ollie McBurney does remain in discussions with Hull City. But Hull City also do remain in discussions with several other potential new signings. A unnamed loan deal for a left-back is up there as well, along with a few other attacking targets that we don't know of yet. So, as I say, I'll keep saying all of that surrounding Hull City, plus everything else transfer-wise, news-wise for Hull City. As I say, we're cracking on towards pre-season. Fixtures get released on Thursday, and who knows what this squad could could look like come opening day of the season. But this is your one-stop location for Hull City, anything Hull City. So make sure you stay tuned on the channel by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Up the Tigers!